Your mattress to
Dershowitz.
right now.
Rot in hell, you son of a bitch!
Well, you put pineapple on your pizza and you get no pussy.
If she say no, you gotta go!
Don't claim that kid.
Dershowitz.
We don't fuck with him. We don't fuck with that quick.
Dershowitz.
Get the fuck out.
Don't you get away with this shit? When I see you, I'm gonna grab you by your fucking neck!
We replace it
Dershowitz.
with
Norman Finkelstein.
I smell something greasy.
Alan Dershowitz, the crown prince of Hasbara, towering above the rest. Elon Levy, nah. Lizzie Savetsky, nah. Alec Alabon, nah. Hen Mazig, nah. Whoever this lady is.
Yesterday, I got the honor of meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu as part of
Alan Dershowitz is maybe the cream of the crop when it comes to propagandists for Israel. Few voices are as prominent, as academic, and as high profile as Dershowitz is in this context. As the former professor of law at Harvard University, you really can't do better than him for propaganda. Consider the story of pro-Israel activist Qasim Hafiz, a Zionist who cited Dershowitz's 2003 book, The Case for Israel, as being instrumental in his journey from a radical Islamist and virulent anti-Semite to a valiant Christian, yes, Christian Zionist. As he describes it, he initially bought the book with the intent of disproving it, and yet Alan Dershowitz's arguments were just so airtight he simply couldn't do it. The ordeal left him so distraught that he left his studies and his work and then finally went to Israel in 2007, where he fully saw the light. But enough about the evil version of Temur Rahman. This video is about Dershowitz. Dershowitz is really the distillation of faux liberal Zionism. He smeared the BDS movement on multiple occasions, including in an article for the New York Times in 2013 titled Brooklyn College's Anti-Israel Hate Fest, where he refers specifically to a 7th February lecture on the Palestinian campaign for boycott, divestment, and sanctions against Israel. He repeats the same delusional fallacy that the BDS movement is a hate movement that supports terrorism and so on. But Zionists like Dershowitz also shit themselves when they see violent resistance, smearing that as terrorism and proclaiming themselves as promoters of peace and arguing for no violence at all. What could be more peaceful resistance than refusing to patronize or associate with Israeli or pro-Israeli entities and businesses? Dershowitz and his ilk are keen to continue to promote the mirage of the two-state solution. He even had the gall to write a book about it. But as numerous academics, perhaps most prominently Norman Finkelstein, show, both he and other prominent pro-Israel voices continually make excuses and lower their moral and academic standards when it comes to Israel. This video isn't neutral or academic in the slightest, although hopefully future videos will be. I just fucking hate Dershowitz. Now, speaking of Finkelstein, after his devastating debate with and subsequent book, Beyond Chutzpah, in which he details the many errors in his work, Dershowitz responded in a way most mature by successfully robbing him of tenure at university, despite multiple investigations concluding that Alan's allegations of academic errors were unfounded and personally motivated. He also smeared Stephen Walt and John Mearsheimer following their publication of their book, The Israel Lobby, where his ridiculous accusations, such as the authors sourcing some of their claims from neo-Nazi sites and Islamist sites, were also unfounded. Dershowitz has routinely been an ardent supporter for US imperialism, not just through his adoration for Israel, but also, for example, his full-throated support for bombing Iran to prevent it from manufacturing quote-unquote nuclear weapons. And contrary to his smears of so-called radical Islamist forces, Dershowitz was no feminist himself. Let's start small. According to multiple of his female students at Harvard, he was, quote, particularly interested in and incensed by the idea of women falsely accusing men of rape, and reportedly brought it up often while teaching. One student who took a class with Dershowitz in 1991 recalled begging him to stop bringing up the subject, stating that other women in the class had been raped, end quote. But the thing that Dershowitz is most famous for is for being sex trafficker and serial pedophile Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer. And no matter how much he's tried to cover up his involvement, the truth has surfaced. Remember that smear campaign against the authors of the Israel Lobby? Epstein helped him do it. Dershowitz has made numerous attacks on Epstein's victims. Now, if it were the case that Dershowitz had no idea of the real severity of Epstein's crimes and cut off contact later, as he has claimed multiple times in defense of his very clear connection to fucking Epstein, first of all, the plea deal that Epstein accepted in 2008, where he was nevertheless convicted of underage prostitution, which in and of itself isn't exactly flattering, but alright. If so, why did he go out of his way to smear the victims, as seen here, here, and here, and here? Also, despite his claim of cutting off contact, he continued giving him legal advice, even as Epstein privately made fun of him and known bestie Donald Trump, because Dersh had the audacity of only being able to give Epstein a plea deal, which he notably did not serve in jail at all. But you know, ungratefulness hardly ranks as Epstein's biggest sin. Numerous credible accusations from a variety of victims, yet he smeared each and every one of them to protect himself, as his own name appeared further and further as we continued getting more and more releases and leaks of the Epstein files. And for me, the fact that he truly embodies the peak of Zionism as it exists today is indeed the cherry on top. He's a peace activist with no concept of justice or accountability for the oppressor. He's a fervent supporter of US imperialism. He hates genocide. He hates crimes against women, so long as they aren't committed by his side. He loves human rights, insofar as it's convenient for him. He'll degrade brown people as barbaric in their treatment of women and turn around and support not simply Israel, but fucking Epstein. Dershowitz is the scum of the earth. To conclude, fuck Dershowitz. All my homies hate Dershowitz.